So in this video, we'll be talking about how to start copywriting. So the first thing that I see a lot of beginner copywriters make, and they spend years sort of like spinning their own wheels, is that they don't have a mentor, right? The mentor, having a copywriting mentor is the pinnacle, right? It's someone who's looking at what you're doing and telling you exactly what you're doing wrong and giving you advice on how to adjust yourself so that your copy is finesse, right? It's good. So the first thing is, if you can, find a mentor. And I've talked to Dennis Yu, who has managed over $1 billion in ad spend on Facebook ads. And I asked him, like, why is it that people don't get mentors, right? Why is it um, why is it so difficult to get a mentor, right? And he said it's not difficult to get a mentor, it's just that most people don't try. So if you think that it's not possible for you to get a mentor, then maybe you haven't tried, right? Start reaching out to people that you admire, right? People who are great copywriters, that maybe you follow their stuff, maybe you read their emails, maybe you read their copy already, and reach out to them, right? A great way to reach out is just something super, super personal. So to get a copywriter's attention, right? Well, one, you can offer some value, right, and bring them on a podcast, and have a conversation on with that, right? If you have a podcast or something, or if you don't mind starting a podcast, you can do that. Now, if you want a little bit more of an individualized approach, then you can send direct mail to them, right? All copywriters appreciate some sort of direct mail. So um, you just get a manila envelope, right? Send them something personally to their home address, right? And say like how you would like them to be a mentor for them, or if you can follow them, if you could shadow them, right? And see if they'd be open to that, right? The more you try, the more right failures you'll get, but also the more success you'll have. So definitely make that a priority. Find a mentor first. Don't keep spinning your wheels, right? If not, if you really cannot find a mentor, there's just no way that you can get a mentor, or the only way to get it is to pay your way in, then, and you don't really have the budget for that, then read the great copywriting books, right? A lot of the greatest copywriters are not with us today, right? Are not really alive today. The greatest copywriters are already past, right? They're legends, and they've all written books. So a great book to get started with is Eugene Schwartz's Breakthrough Advertising, right? That's going to get you in um, and really understand copy on a whole different level, right? I'm still surprised if there's, I mean, usually with successful copywriters, every successful copywriter I know knows of that book and knows of the value of that book. So take that and read that as a Bible. So the next thing to do is to start hand copying the greatest high converting swipe files from the internet. So you can go to swipe.co and you can start searching some of the great legendary um, copywriting swipe files, right? And these are going to be direct mail pieces, right? And direct mail pieces are great because they're super well researched. Because back in the day, um, when they were writing direct mail, they didn't have the luxury of testing, right, on like Facebook or like all these cheap ad platforms, right? They basically created this direct mail piece and they mailed it to like thousands of people. So like they weren't able to make a lot of iterations, a lot of adjustments. So their first draft, right, their first piece out there has to be extremely good, right? And that's why they needed extremely legendary copywriters at that time. So really look at the old copywriting legends and their swipe files, and you'll learn a whole lot. Just start hand copying them, right? And I say hand copy, I don't mean like type on the computer, because um, hand copying has a sort of a biological response with your brain to really understand what's going on in copy, so that when you write the copy, you sort of have that same ebb and flows, right? That's how it works. And the last thing, if you want to start copywriting, is to offer to do work for free first. So don't think that just because you learned a few copywriting techniques or tactics that you're on top of everyone. Like you definitely need to put in the work, right? Always put in the work and offer to do work for free. Be eager to get your feet wet in the game. So whatever it is, whether it's internships or just reaching out to a store e-com store owner or like a coach and offering to do their copy for free, I'm sure they would like a whole lot less work for them, right? In that sort of front, or like just say like, hey, I can do your copy better, and do it for free, right? And that will lead to more work anyways, right? Paid work, right? Because the more you do, the more you learn. So even though you have a mentor, even though you're hand copying, really you have to get your feet wet, right? Otherwise these lessons don't really ingrain in your head. No matter how many great copywriting books you read, nothing really sticks, and nothing really is meaningful to you, and nothing will be remembered really unless you actually do the work. So go out there and start copywriting.